Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. 60andMe is a community of women who are pushing back on aging stereotypes and who love to play with makeup, beauty products, and I do tutorials and reviews, and I've had such a wonderful year of discovering some new brands I want to share with you and create a holiday look. For us this year, probably most of us are going to be alone with a small community, small bubble of people, and I do hope that it's going to be an okay holiday for all of you. It's a tough time, I agree. So let's sparkle. Let's put some makeup on that's going to make us feel good, and whatever our situation this year, make the best of it. Now, I have fallen in love with the color purple. I've always enjoyed it, but this year particularly, there have been some amazing brands that are rediscovering the beauty of the color purple. And I've got one eyeshadow palette that I'm going to work with to create kind of a fun look. Now, many people are just going to want to dress casually, not to sort of be too dressed up. And so this look, I think, is really appropriate for all kinds of situations. But in fact, there's no proper time or place for it to be appropriate. You just wear what you want, and I just have fun with makeup. So I could have started with any one of a number of foundations today because I have found so many that I loved. But I've done two things before I got started. The first thing is I put on my Growing Younger Gracefully Facial Serum. This has been a godsend throughout the year in my very dry skin as I've gotten older and as the weather has gotten colder. That's the first thing I applied. Left that for a couple of minutes. Then I put on what really has become my favorite primer. It's the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. A lot of people have enjoyed this product. I have really enjoyed it because it fills in those pores, but it gives you a lovely foundation. It's very kind of thick, but gorgeous. I love it. So that's the primer I've already applied. Now, I could have chosen one of the following foundations, and I am going to mention some of these because I know foundation for many of you is the most important thing. Get that right, get some of the flaws and those age spots and just imperfections in quotes that you want to cover up, and just maybe just use foundation and a bit of lipstick and blush. But I could have used the new IT Cosmetics. It's called, it's the IT Cosmetics Better Than Skin Plus Foundation. So it's a step up from the CC cream that you might be familiar with. That one was amazing. I loved it. I've used it this year a lot. The second is number 7 Boots Hydroluminous foundation. This is probably the closest to my skin color of any of the foundations that I use. I love it. It's long lasting, and it's another one that I would recommend. I loved it for my older skin. I'm 72, by the way, so my skin is definitely in that category where little things are starting to appear. I don't know about you, but during this lockdown as well, this period of home isolation or whatever you want to call it, I've just been noticing my skin is just getting a little older. I just feel it. But, it doesn't bother me. I'm at peace with it. I love my life. I mean, that's all that really matters. But anyway, foundations are kind of fun to play with. That was the next one. The third one that I really wanted to share was this Shiseido. It's called Synchro Skin Self Refreshing. This is a fantastic, honestly, fantastic foundation. It's very lightweight. It goes on beautifully. It's I've just loved it. I've used it a lot this year, and it's one I would recommend as well. But the one I had to choose was my favorite. It's been my favorite for years and years. I love it. It's Radiant Wonderlight. You may not know of this brand. It's Radiant is a Greek brand. I bought this when I was on holiday in Greece, maybe 3 years ago. It's the best. It's just the best. For me, it's a long-lasting, sort of semi-matte, glowing foundation. It goes on so smoothly. I often just put it on with my fingers, but I'm going to use my brush today, and let's get started. And let's see if I can put my hair back a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit on my brush and just start applying. And right away, I start on this side always because I have a beautiful little age spot that just appears right there. And this foundation just softens it. It makes it get softer. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays on my face, but it's just there. See how it just makes it look so beautiful? I love this foundation. And it's not, as I said, affordable. Radiant has, they've got a website where you can order this online if you want. I don't know about the shipping now from Greece, but just make a note of it. I think you'll like it. So that's the Radiant foundation, and I'm going to apply some on my forehead too. And there's something about putting on foundation that just makes me relaxed. I don't know what it is. I can't resist using my fingers too. It's all part of my process here. Okay, let's just make sure I've got it all on. Foundation. As I said, it's the thing that really, really makes it for me. If you can get started with a great foundation, everything else is okay. I'm going to use a mirror here to try to see what I'm doing closer up. But you know, you honestly can hardly make a mistake with this foundation. It's just so easy to blend and so smooth, and I love it. Now, in terms, that's where I'm going to start. I'm not actually going to use any foundation on my eyes. On my eyes for wrinkles. I will maybe put a little bit underneath it, and we'll talk about that in a second. But right now, I'm just going to put it on, put a bit of makeup there, and blend this in, and take some time to get the foundation right. And bring it down your neck too. Don't forget that. Okay, I want to make sure I've blended this everywhere. Okay, I think that's it for now. I'll probably see some spots I need to clean up later. Now I'm going to use for bronzer, another product that I discovered this year, Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Hollywood, what's it called? Refine and Glow. Film Star Refine and Glow. It's got a beautiful bronzer and also a highlighter, but I'm going to use the bronzer. The bronzer is, you would expect this is not going to be very dark, and it isn't, or that it may not even work, but it does. It's really, really cool. So I'm going to use a soft brush and apply just a little bit of bronzer. Just to kind of just bring a little bit of depth to my cheeks, just under the cheekbone and on this side. I don't know whether you can see this, but it's not dark, but it really does make a difference. I love it. Very nice product under my chin too. A little bit on the forehead. Okay, so that's the bronzer. And I always start with my cheeks. I don't know why. I just feel like I need color in my cheeks just to do everything else. But I am going to do, before I do that, my eyebrows, because eyebrows kind of balance it out. And if I get my eyebrows and my cheeks kind of together, then I can do the rest. But for eyebrows, I have been using this product by Maybelline for so long, and I can't find anything else that I like. It's called Tattoo Brow. It's got a very small brush, and you can see it's kind of a stubby brush. And I just find, for me, it works perfectly. Some people like a pencil better with a spoolie on the end. And I do have another Maybelline product that is good for that purpose, but I'm going to use my Tattoo Brow. And the thing I like about it is it's got a really nice color for me. It's like blondie brown. And just bring it to the edge. Brush up a little bit. And again, I'm quite at peace with my brows. I'm losing them. They're going away. But it's just all part of the wonderful process of aging. Okay, so I don't spend too much time on my brows because I don't need to do that. Some of you may think I do, but that's okay. And I'm just going to try to even them out a little teeny bit. Okay, cool. So that's, I think, brows. And perfect. Now that sort of makes me feel like I've got a balance between the bottom and top of my face. Let's do blush, because I want to do blush next. And again, it's Charlotte Tilbury. This is a brand, by the way, that I discovered this year. I had the opportunity with a birthday certificate gift certificate to buy some of these products. They're pricey. There's a mix here in my application today of drugstore and high-end, and just my favorites, really. So I'm going to pop some blush on. This is called Chic to Chic. This is I have two colors of this. This is the pink. It's called Love is the Bug. Love is the Drug. Love is the Drug. And I've got my glasses on here. This is hard to read. Tiny little print. So you can see it's kind of cool. It's got like an outside rim, lighter color, and then a dash of color in the center. So I'm wearing purple today. My eyes are going to be purple, so I'm going with pink. And I just circle it around like this and grab a little bit from the center. And you can see how this starts to, it's a very pretty color. It's a pink color for sure. And I'm going to tone it down with some setting powder later, but you get the idea. I wanted you to see this color because it's so pretty. And I'm going to put a bit of setting powder on the top, maybe some of that highlighter from the other palette. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to take some of this beautiful, some of this beautiful highlighter powder, and use the other side of my brush that I use for the bronzer. and just put some of this on top. And that gives you a nice little glow at the top of the cheek, but it also tones down that color just a tad as well. And I just love it. Sometimes I put my highlighter on underneath the blush. I'm bringing it up to your, isn't that pretty? I just think it's so, it just freshens your face so much. So that's the blush. Now it's all going to look a little bit even when I put lipstick on too, so it's a little bit bright at the moment, but that foundation and blush together, for me, it's lovely. Let's do eyes. Okay, eyes. I'm super excited because I love this brand that I've discovered with the purple eyeshadow, but I'm going to do a setting on the lids first. This is another product I discovered this year. It's by an artist called Mario. He is a really incredible makeup artist. He does the celebrities, the stars, and this palette was, I think it was about $30, but it was so, so worth it. It's called the Master Eye Primer and Set. It's a set of concealer and powder. Now, this is the powder concealer. I do not use the powder, but I'm going to use make sure I get the right one here. This is the darker one. And I'm going to put that on my eyes. And honestly, I've tried so many primers in my life, and this is just the best. It's amazing. And by the way, I'll put everything in the description below so that you'll be able to, if you want to take a look at it yourself. But this one, I think if there was one product this year that I have discovered that I love, it's this one, along with the eyeshadows. It's just so, so cool. And it's thicker than average, but it's perfect for a foundation for your eyeshadow. And I always bring a little bit in here. Some people use it as a concealer as well. I've seen it demonstrated that way. But that's just to start the eyeshadows. Oh, so cool. It's a bit light, but when you put the eyeshadow on it, it really works. Now, the product line for the eyeshadow is Viseart. Some of you probably are familiar with Viseart. You may have used it yourself. There's palettes that they do, sort of 15, 18 pan palettes, but I love the little ones. They're called this is called Theory, and they do a whole series of these. They are beautiful. Viseart is the brand, and there's the colors in this one. Beautiful, beautiful purple, a darker color, some neutrals and highlighters. It's just the perfect, in my opinion, the perfect purple palette. There's others that I have singles of, but I love them, but this is going to work for me so perfectly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this very light color here. I think it has a name, but I'm not sure, but it's it's not shiny or sparkly. It's just a perfect color for just setting the crease and just getting started. I'm going to use this brush here, if I can find it. Here it is. I'm using Real Techniques brushes. I'm one of these people that used to say, I don't care what brushes I use, I just use the same one. Trust me, it's really nice to get a set of brushes that are perfect for this kind of setting. I think maybe I'll use, I've got new ones here, so I've got something to play with. I think I'm going to use one that's a little bit harder because I want to put it all over my eye, but I want to also bring it in the crease. So a little bit on the lid itself and then on the crease. And I need to get almost under the brow bone. That's why I chose this brush. It's a little bit harder, and you can just press into that. And if you've got hooded eyes, you can bring it up a little bit, but this is just getting started. And I think I've really enjoyed these Viseart palettes because they are just so blendable, and they actually do mix with each other. They actually work really well with each other. I had another palette I'll tell you about in another video, Enduring Love by Sydney Grace. Similar idea, but you just push that in and just give yourself a little bit of a color on the crease between the eyelid and the brow. Then I'm going to go in with this darker color. It's a little bit, it's a browny color, but it's not so much. And I'm going to put it a little bit on the corner of my eye here. You can see what I'm doing there, just at the very edge, and then bring it up again, just a little bit under that lighter color that I used. It's a little hard to see this in my phone, which I'm recording into, so hopefully you're getting the idea here of putting this little bit of darker right on the edge and then bringing it into the crease. Okay, so that gives you, again, a little bit more shape to your eye. Because you don't want to just like, you know, put a whole bunch of purple eyeshadow on in one go. Kind of shading it this way makes it a little bit more subtle. But that color is really pretty, and it's dark enough that it gives you something to work with. Okay, I'm going to just check on my other mirror here to make sure that I've got that part of it right, because the next piece is putting on the purple. Okay, so I'm going to look in my mirror here, make sure I got this right. You can see the purple starting. All these tones are just a little bit related. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm going to put on the purple. This is such a pretty, pretty purple. Actually, maybe I'll do this first. This is on the lid. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit dark-ish. Oh, I just love purple so much. I'm so happy that a lot of companies now are coming out with purple eyeshadow, because I just think it's so flattering. And I have hazel eyes, so purple is particularly good on my eyes. And I'm just doing them one at a time, back and forwards here. Probably should finish one eye, and then start again. But okay, there we go. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I just love it. I just love it. This actually got a mirror in the little palette. I could use that too. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that they're the same color purple. Okay, that's just on my lid, just on the lid. All right, now I'm going to take this very dark color here and get a smaller brush. I need a little bit smaller brush. If I can find one here, this would be good. And just take a small brush with the very, very dark color and put that on the edge. Again, just on the edge. It's fun. Makeup is so much fun. I know it just seems ridiculous to be going to so much trouble, but I actually quite like the process. And that just is right on the edge of your eye, because I'm going to do something in the center in a second. Okay, let me blend this in properly. Okay. And I'm going to bring that just up a little teeny bit as well. So you've kind of you've gone from a lighter to darker. Now, the fun part, I'm going to take one of my other brushes here, and this is a fluffier one, and there's a beautiful shimmer, which is right there. And I'm going to put that on the front, or my lid, and I'm going to use the mirror. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I just think it's such a pretty, pretty combination. And I'm just literally layering it, patting it almost onto the lid. Okay, that's it. That's the color that I've been trying to get to. It's so, so beautiful. And on the other side. I'm kind of just pulling it a little bit, just patting it gently. Okay, that's the purple. Oh my gosh, I just love this color. It's just hypnotic and beautiful. I'm going to just bring it. Now, taking a very, very light brush. Again, this is a very fluffy brush. And I'm just going to take it over everything super lightly, bringing it up, bringing it almost up to the top of my eyelid, and then just gathering it and dusting it up. And that's the purple look. I just love that. I'm going to take a little teeny bit of eyeliner. This is another one I discovered this year. It's called, what is it called? Dolly Wink. It's a Korean brand. It's purple, but it's a beautiful liner, and I'm going to use it very, very gently on my eye, just literally to line the lashes. I'm not going to make a wing or anything like that. I'm just going to take if I can do this. I'm not very good with liner. And just push it into the lashes, not above it, if you can do that. So if you look at brushing your lashes, it's much easier than creating a line. So let's do that on the other side. Okay. So that's just a little bit of a, lips got really covered with foundation there. It's all good. So that's the next thing. And then finally mascara. And again, I could have chosen 10 different mascaras because I'm so in love with all of these. If I can just find the one that I chose, Moira. This was another brand I discovered this year. It's Moira. And it's a beautiful mascara. It's not the brush is quite thick, but it's not sticky. It's a light mascara, and I like that. I don't like something that's, you know, especially if you're just having fun around the house with the family or with friends or wherever you happen to have the pleasure of being with this year at the holidays. And, you know, just brush this on. It feels like you're not overdoing the mascara. You're not trying to be too much of a diva, although you could be a diva if you wanted to, and that's okay as well. So I'm going to pop this on. Oh my gosh, this purple is just so fun to look at. Can you see how lovely that is? And it kind of grips, so it's one of those wettish mascaras. So you feel like you're actually putting something on, but it's absolutely not tacky. You see the difference? It's amazing. I'm gonna try the other side here. I actually I like putting this particular mascara on because it just, you can bring it almost down to your lash line and not feel like you're applying too much. Okay, I just noticed something. I think this eyebrow needs to be fixed. I'll just do that in a second. So that's the mascara. I'm going to just put a little bit more on because it's Christmas. It's the holidays. Let's see if I can do this carefully so they're equal. Okay, I think that's even, I hope. Oh, the purple is just so wonderful. Yeah, so I've really discovered some new brands, as you can see. These are ones that I've featured them during the year in different videos, but it's been a real pleasure to share them all with you in one go. I'm just going to fix my eyebrow because I think this one, looking at it close up, is a little bit thinner than the other one, which doesn't surprise me because it actually is. It's all done with mirrors here. That one, I think, yeah, I just think I need to put a little bit more on the top here. How's that? Okay, I think that's good enough. So that's eyes, and I'm just so happy with this Viseart line of eyeshadows, especially this particular one. This Theory, it's called Theory Amethyst. That's the name of the particular palette. And I've got some others too from them that I just absolutely adore. This one is called Paris, and it's another more, it's got some purples in it too, but it's just a different package. Beautiful product line. Really, really lovely. So that's that. Now lips is the last thing, and I'm going to be so happy to share with you my favorite lipstick of the year. Actually, it hasn't actually changed, to be honest, but it's one that I've always loved. I've got a Charlotte Tilbury a pencil, which I do love, and I'm going to use that. But if you don't have the budget for Charlotte Tilbury, my Kiko's 303 or the BH Cosmetics called Endora, those are a third of the price and beautiful. But I'm going to pop this on just so you can see what the Charlotte Tilbury probably makes the best liners that I've ever used. And but there's plenty of others that are just as nice and much more affordable. But I'm going to pop this on now. This one I think is called Pillow Talk. I don't know if you can see that. The thing I like about it is it stays on. Okay, so that's some lip liner. Now, the next thing I'm going to share with you, I think I've talked about this so much that you probably were at Margaret, please, we know. But these lip crayons are the best I've ever found, and I'm just looking for another one. But this is Maybelline. Maybelline, they're called ink crayons. They are the best ever for masks, for wearing your mask. They stay on. They're really easy to apply. They've got their own little sharpener, so you can always keep the lid or the tip really, really almost like a liner. But I'll put that on my lips as another base. I'm going to stop because I'm going to show you that. Can you see how beautiful that is? And the colors are lovely. They're really, really lovely. And I'm all pink and purple today. I mean, you really could just put some gloss on that and go out. It's a really pretty lipstick. And those Maybellines come in, I don't know how many, maybe 20 colors. Really, really worth the money, about $12. And just fantastic. I have never found anything better. So that's the, sort of the first start to lipstick. But my lipstick of the year is my Flormar. It's 503. It's called Pink, Perfectly Pink. I love it. I love it. It's so lovely. In fact, I've got one that's like literally down to the bottom. This one is like finished. I've used it so much. And you can get these center rolled. They're really, really lovely. So I'll put this on. And I don't know what it is about this lipstick. I just love it. The color is perfect. And it blends beautifully, stays on. It's really nice. So that's my pink lipstick that I'm going to use. And finally, I'm going to show you another beautiful find that I discovered this year. It's from Maybelline again. It's called Lifter Gloss. Lifter Gloss. It is the best lip gloss ever. Even better than my Fenty Balm, in Fussy, which I love, and I've had it for a while. It's almost finished now, but this one, I've just ordered another one because I never want to be without it. It's such a great lip gloss, and I'm going to pop it on so you'll see what I mean. It's not sticky. It's not glossy. I mean, in the sense, it's not overly shiny, but I'll show you what happens. Can you see that? It's just so pretty. It feels gorgeous. And it's almost the same formulation as something that's 3 times the price. This is about, I think it was about $10. And you can get it on Amazon and all kinds of places. So that's my holiday look. Yeah, I think I'm going to wear purple. I'm going to wear this necklace. It's one that I just made and it's really fun. And I just feel like purple for me is a color of hope. It's a color of hope and just fun and beauty. It's a royal color. It's got majesty to it. So I hope you like the eyes. I just adore the purple. I'm going to do one final little dash of powder. I'm going to use my Hourglass Ambient and just dab it on my little brush here, just to put it all over my face. Kind of a finishing powder. I feel like I've forgotten something, but I don't think I have. So wherever you are in this beautiful world, just hope you're feeling well. Be grateful for your health and your well-being, and just the fact that we are here together as a community at 60andMe. We're here to support each other. Makeup is just one thing that we do. We have articles on our YouTube channel on everything related to, you know, beauty, travel, fashion, downsizing, relationships, family, all kinds of things. But for me, makeup just adds an element of fun and enjoyment and makes me feel good. It just gives me a sense of balance, and I hope it's been a great presentation for you and giving you some inspiration. Maybe go out and get a little purple palette and just play with it and see what you can create. But stay well, stay healthy and strong this Christmas holiday and whatever you're celebrating. And we'll look forward to talking to you in the new year with another makeup tutorial. But again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here for us and on this journey with us together. Okay, everybody, take good care. Have a really wonderful day. Bye-bye for now.